Yeah, I hear honey. He a little low. I'm also not hearing me, which is good. As we expected. Oh, no, I am hearing me. I'm on a delay. Hi, guys who are really paying attention.
Yo, yo.
Hello. Hello.
Is it working? Are we on? Huh? Is this thing on?
Hopefully. Hello, friends. Do you see two gamers? Do you hear two gamers?
They at least hear one. I don't know if
Duff Man Gaming.
That's right. That is right. Not a lot of feedback in the chat, which worries me a little bit that maybe it didn't work. So I'm going to hold tight, wait for that round of applause when we walked out on stage there. Maybe it just needs time to catch up, Steve.
Maybe it does. I'm also realizing now that I left some detritus. It's not really garbage. It's actually a folded Games Done Quick blanket and the notes I took when playing Tunic, but it looks like garbage.
Steve is much louder than Trav. If you need more Trav, is that what I'm? We'll fucking you give
Derek,
me a second.
we adjust the volumes based on how much we think you want to hear us.
You give me a second. You let me figure out. Maybe I'll do. How about that? A little bit closer to my face hole.
That's the perfect production solution. Let me just yank this headset mic a little closer
to my face hole. I got settings for days over here. I can make me as loud as you guys want me. I think.
Drachma.
I got it. Hold on.
How many hours did you workshop that joke? I'm proud of it. It's good. Good.
Wow. Is it good? I don't know.
That joke. Drachma's feeling a little under the weather, so go easy on him, okay?
Oh, is my guy not feeling too good?
No, he's not feeling too good. You know how it is. You get too handsome and the immune system gets all out of whack.
I'm hearing from the people that Steve's audio is weird. I might have a solution for that as well.
They're also saying I'm weird / in a gymnasium.
Hold on.
So I wonder if you're catching my audio in two different places.
I most likely am, and I have the solution. What it is, I don't know, but I know I have it. You give me a second. Just talk, Steve. Say something. Is that? And this is bound to be our best one yet. We just need to tweak it ever so slightly is all. Now, folks, Steve spoke there for a brief second. Did he sound less gymnasi-esque? Now no Steve. Okay, I figured it out. It's this one. Huh? Yeah?
Hey?
Anything on that? I did a thing. I did a thing. He should be... I'm still low? It doesn't go up any higher. Maybe it does. Let me rock this thing. You still can't hear Steven. That can't be true. That can't be true. We tested this, Blink, and it was perfect, was it not?
I'm back in gym class now. All right, who's ready to do the presidential fitness test? All right.
Unbelievable.
I'm going to start with the toe touchies, and then I'm going to do the standing long jump, and then we'll do that weird zigzag back and forth thing that you had to do, and we'll round it out with the mile, which is about 27 laps around the gym.
What I need to know is my audio getting better, period? Because we're up to 180%. That's gotta be loud enough to someone. You guys, maybe it's you guys. Have you all turned your volume down for some reason?
Big, yes, big, yeah, we'll do some, oh, yeah.
Now I'm just getting made fun of. No feedback, just a lot of jokes.
That feels good. When's the last time you guys did arm circles? All right?
Well,
that's kind of nice.
It's been a minute. It has been a minute. Yeah. I think we're killing it, though. Yeah, I don't know if you sound good, though, Steve, and that's...
I think we're killing it. Or it's dying. Either way.
Steve, have you tried... maybe we just need to make you less loud, Steve. They say I'm not as loud as you.
I'm coming in too spicy hot.
You're too spicy hot. You're a real hot Cheeto. Oh, I'm pretty good now, and you're too loud, you idiot. Take that. I'll pull you down some. Don't worry, I'm in control. This is. I sound good now, says Christian Hunt. Thank you, Christian. Appreciate that, Chad. Chad's in the house. Chad says I sound good. Steve, have you tried talking lately?
Here, chat, talk, words. Just 100% chatting to you.
Man, you sound so good to me, though. That's the thing.
You sound perfect to me, too. Why don't they just come here, and then they'll hear it with the exact right audio?
I don't know that I've heard you sound so good.
I know. I'm sorry.
They've quit complaining about you as much. I think we might be good to get started with everything that we were going to do.
Or they're just used to it.
Definitely. I'm hearing a lot of better. Okay, I think you're just too loud. I think that they were mad about that.
Sorry. I am famously abrasive.
You are. All right, well, what do we got in store tonight, Steve? Because I know for a fact we have video games to talk about, but we're bringing something new to these. We're bringing literature. We don't typically do literature.
True. Well, it's games. It's kind of game adjacent in some cases, but we're going to do some magazinage, and then we're going to do some game guides, and then we're going to do Goosebumps for no reason other than you're probably of a certain age, and if you're here talking about retro games, you probably like Goosebumps too.
You do. I mean,
yeah.
It's the collection showcase. It's not the video game collection showcase. I got toenails in a jar I could show. I'm holding back tonight, but we don't have to just show our video game collections. We can show whatever we've collected. I mean, you told me about that one time you collected your belly button lint until it caught fire, and that meant a lot to you. You would show that if you still had it. I bet.
I would. I've told this story before, but the first collection I remember having, well, I mean, I collected Pogs and stuff, but my weirdest collection in early life is I used to have a necklace that was a piece of yarn with a wrench head on it with the handle of the wrench removed, and then the yarn looped through that. And when I was like 8, 9, 10, 11-ish, anytime I'd be walking around the town, anything I would find on the ground that I could tie in or attach to the necklace, I would just add to it until it became basically this huge ball of like thrown away town miscellaneous items. There's like air fresheners, playing cards, Lego men, all sorts of weird things attached to this necklace. It was a great collection. I don't know what happened to it.
Man, you'd think a thing like that you'd want to keep hold of. Huh.
I know. So, we make dumb decisions. At some point your mom convinces you as a 12-year-old that your big necklace made out of town garbage is probably garbage, and you throw it away, and you're like, someday I'm going to be 34, looking back, and I'm going to think, damn, what happened to my garbage necklace? I'd like to give that one more spin.
Man, that's the kind of thing, if something ever happened to you, Steve, God forbid, and I came across your trash necklace, I would drape that over your tombstone. That would be my go be with Steve trash necklace. This is the way he would want it.
It is the way I would want it.
Okay. I had an idea while you were talking that maybe I had you too loud and they were picking up a bit of an echo through my earphone into my mic phone.
Oh,
and so I don't know if that helped, but if people say that helped, then I'm a genius. Again. So,
you've solved every one of these, so
so
good.
far
we're good.
I'm killing it. Well. So we have 3DO. We got some magazines. We got Goosebumps books, and we have some collection updates. Some big things that have happened. We've been doing these for almost 2 years at this point. So games they've been coming in still. So we still got some of that, and then I'm going to say there's a miscellaneous section to this one. This one's going to be kind of shooting from the hip. You know what I like?
Yeah.
Let me, before you speak, I like being able to move my neck. I've been tethered to a microphone doing podcasts for so long. Look at my neck action tonight. I don't have to be anywhere near that thing. This is amazing. Are there any podcast quality headsets on the market? Black Friday, let me know.
I think famously there's not, but good luck.
Okay.
Good luck.
Well, all right.
But yeah, this is going to be a casual one. We'll show what we have to show, but honestly, if there's anything people want to see at the end, we'll solicit requests. If you want to see something we showed in the past, you want to see something we have just decorating a game room, whatever it might be, we're here. We're chill.
We are chill. Let's get started on that 3DO though, shall we? I think we ought to do that. Pinky up. Nice. All right. Let's start with your stuff. We got games. We got games for you. I'm gonna. Now, if folks would recall, the last time we did this, when I would change scenes, everything would choke up and everything would explode. Tonight, it's going to be better, I promise. I am operating. I have 4 computers in front of me. This will work. I do smell smoke.
I've seen the battle station. He's set up for success, for sure.
Yeah. I'm going to be showing them and you can see this too. This is your 3DO picks. These are some games that you have. You've got them horizontal there, so you can read those spines real nice. You've got a Phoenix 3. What was that? Cyberdillo? What's that? What is that?
We'll get a little closer with Cyberdillo here.
Was that real?
We'll get
I thought
up close and personal.
Read half of that wrong on purpose. It is Cyberdillo. My goodness. Lost Eden. Oh, that Cyberpunk. I've seen that on Macari thinking about pulling the trigger.
Do it. And any long box 3DO game, you should be pulling the trigger, okay? Yeah. It's all good.
Do you have any 3DO? I mean, I see your Gex down there. Do you have any that aren't in the long box other than that one?
The only one, Gex is the only one. Because Gex is a game I got with the 3DO. And I'm not actually sure. That might be, I think there's a not for resale version of Gex. That might be the not for resale version. But I have a big spreadsheet of all the boxes and manuals that I'm missing for my various consoles, and I do have Gex marked as a box that I'm missing because I do want to get the long box Gex.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to us for a second. So that was your games. I have some let's see, 3DO picks myself. So this is the only pick that I took. So you'll notice that I'm a trash human being. I'm much like your necklace. I didn't take the time to neither alphabetize nor even put them upright. So you'll see we've got some ups and downs. I think maybe at one point I tried to make all of the labels kind of read if you tilted your neck to the right, but we got to theme park before I gave up on that. So not real sure what my strategy is here, but I do have what you might call loose in 3DO terms, but in jewel case 3DO games over here on the right. And I've taken the time to get a little video action of that, so you can see that. So I got manuals for this come in like auction lots. Didn't really have control over how complete they were. Just a bunch of 3DO games, right? So sometimes you got to do it. And so that's the rest of my stuff. I have manuals for games I don't own. I'll say yet, because I'm hopeful.
Yeah, you'll have them all eventually.
I have dreams. So that's what I'm rocking here. Just I got the Dune port, which is famously terrible. Good music though. If you watch.
You got both those Alone in the Darks. Alone in the Darks.
I know, and when you have both, you know what? They're not alone anymore, and that's important.
Oh, that's true. They're buddies in the dark. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Okay. So let's show what we got. Did you bring some show and tell for this?
As I always do, I brought my top 5. If you want to see, according to value websites, what the top 5 are.
You know what's funny? I didn't bring my top 5, but I have a picture of all my games, so I'll just point.
I mean, we already looked at mine in photos, but if you want to see the full condition of them, I've got them right here.
It was a stressful day. Pimulus Gately asks if Wile Golf is any good, and man, I hate to be the guy to say I don't know. Not really fired that one up. I've heard that there are some, it might have even been that one. Somebody told me that a 3DO version of a golf game was ahead of its time. It could have been that one. Wouldn't doubt it.
I think that one's supposed to be pretty good.
Yep.
Not sure.
Okay. All right, take it away. What do you got?
You want me to just go through all 5?
No, we'll go back and forth. We'll belabor this.
All right, I like that.
Make this a chore to watch.
First up, my number 5, probably everyone's favorite 3DO. I think this is kind of traditionally the 3DO game that people talk to is like classic on the console. Got that Road Rash. That's pretty good condition. I don't know if they come in different case styles, but this is one of them that's in the little clippy boy. Now, I got some bad news for you though. Some bad news for you. What is it? See, we got the one disc, but there's no disc here. I'm missing. It came originally with a A&M Records music CD sampler. So a sampler that would feature Soundgarden, Swerve Driver, Hammerbox. So I don't got that sound sampler. If anybody's, got a hot lead on the Road Rash music sampler, let me know because I got a case that needs it. But otherwise,
that's interesting.
That's a fun game. Obviously, a good port of a good game. There's ways to play Road Rash that aren't on the 3DO, but there's no cooler way to play Road Rash than on the 3DO.
I hear you there, bud. And you just walked us right into story time.
Yeah.
I don't think I have, and I can look at the video. I don't think, because I don't even think I have a case for it. Maybe it's in there. It's not. Here's a funny story. It's probably in one of these cases. So when I got my 3DO, and I actually got 2 in the same day. This was a crazy day for me. I went to this game store, and this dude had just opened it, and he didn't really know what he had at the time. I don't know why you would open a game store and not really know what you got, but I think he just wanted to like get into that market, kind of just like a hobbyist. And I walked through the store, and then he's like, "Hey," it just out of nowhere. I don't know if I looked like I wanted a 3DO. I don't know if I had my like got any 3DOs faces on. I don't know, but I didn't talk to him, and he was like, "Hey, do you have a 3DO?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "Do you want 2?" I was like, "Well, that's a weird thing to ask someone because typically one will suit them most of the time. if you're at 0 3DOs, you get 1, you're pretty good."
Yeah.
But he follows it up with, "I don't even know if they work. I'll give you both of them for $45."
Oh my god!
It's like, well, this kind of seems like I could either get ripped off or have like the best deal ever. So I took it. And I get home, and they unquestionably worked fine. They both plugged in, powered on, worked amazing. And in the disc tray to one of them was Road Rash. So
nice.
I don't have the case, nor do I have your sampler CD. I mean, that music is featured prominently in that game. You don't really need the CD to hear it, but that was a pretty cool get. So I ended up with 2 3DOs, and I have the. We didn't get to this part of the show yet, but I've got one of the 3DOs here, and so I got the Panasonic one, which has a Weschler sticker on it. I don't know what Weschler's is. I don't know if
that wasn't the name of the retro store you got it from.
No. This is a store in Washington D.C. apparently. I know that sticker is impossible to read. Oh no, maybe a little bit. It's got information on it. This one is like my robust one. I haven't put it out. I use the other one. So one of the ones that he gave me was cracked, and the whole back of it, like the shell, is missing. And I figured I'll just use this one until it explodes, and then I'll use this backup. So we got this one kind of just in the wings.
So both of them are this model. They're both Panasonic.
No,
is this the FZ1?
The other one is different. If it were here, I'd explain to you how exactly. But without it in front of me, I don't remember.
Is it a top loader? Because the one I have is a top loader. Kind of looks like almost like a PC Engine Duo.
No, I don't have that one. You might have the real
pop-up tray. Yeah, I do. It's the FZ10 that I have.
I don't know what I have. I could look it up. I don't know my name. But that's
awesome. Why did that dude not think to just plug them in? Like, how you own a game store and not just let me just throw this power into the outlet and see if this machine turns on.
I mean, and this guy lives like 3.5 hours from me. This was kind of like an out of the way, like, let me try this place out kind of thing. And just that experience alone got me to go back there like 10 times more than I would have, because I was like, maybe I'll strike gold again. And I did get cheap stuff from him, but he's wizened up since. And so,
maybe that was his strategy. Maybe he's a genius, like, businessman, and he can just eyeball all of his customers and know what their weird kinks are, and just give them the first hit for free to keep them coming back like you did. I bet if you walked into that same place and he was brand new opening today, he would take one look at you and say, "Hey, buddy, you got a CDI? You got a CDI?"
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, I did tell him when I came back. He was like, "Did those work?" I was like, "Oh yeah." And also, he did the same thing with the TurboGrafx I got working. I had to solder something. But the other one that I have is the Gold Star version. It's that one.
I'll see it in like 20 seconds when the stream catches it.
All right, cool. Anyway, it's back. It's your court. Ball's in your court. Actually, I don't think I was. I think that whole time, I don't think I was sharing myself.
No, you were deep in story time.
2, 1, 1. Yes. Okay. Maybe I was. I don't know. Anyway, it's your turn. Go ahead.
I just saw the picture of your other 3DO. Yeah, we have a different model.
My computer is number 4. Also lagging me.
This is, I think, sometimes in life you see a game and you just know. You're like, oh, this is a game I would play. This is a me kind of game right here. Can you imagine any game that seems more on brand for me than Cyberdello?
Didn't know it existed.
I mean, look at that guy's face. Look at that guy's face. Look how happy he is to be in the Cyberverse, right? Obviously a 3DO exclusive. It's kind of a so I have not played much beyond like 5 minutes of it, but it's first person shootery sort of. You could say like Doomish, Wolfenstein-ish sort of, but it's just crazy, trippy, weird. You're playing as an armadillo. It's literally jank the game. So I was pretty pumped. This was high on my 3DO wish list for a long time, and I finally tracked one down.
I'm curious to know what that goes for. That to me looks like a pricey thing to get.
When I tracked it down years ago, I think I got it for like $60, but I had the thought at the time, I was like, there's no way this game will stay $60 for my lifetime, right? Like,
yeah.
Too weird, 3DO exclusive, interesting, isn't just pure jank.
Yeah, even the cover art alone just tells me that's going to be sought after,
I don't think it's crazy right now. I want to say it's around 100, at least according to price charting, but let me get a little eBay for you.
Give us the scoop.
Long box sold in September for $125. Free shipping. CD case sold for $85. So you could do it. You could add Cyberdillo to that collection.
And wouldn't I want to do that? Wouldn't I want to do it? I think my next one would be Killing Time, which I don't have the complete in-box version of.
Nice.
Yeah, that would be it. Yeah.
In theory, do you want to pretend to hold it up? They're like,
oh yeah, sure.
Here's Killing Time. Can I see the back? Oh, nice.
Right there. You can kind of see it there.
Interesting. Good screenshots that they chose for that.
Yeah. It's nice. Right. Nice jewel case.
You need me to hit you with another one?
Yeah, hit me.
All right. This one, not a console exclusive. We got that Brain Dead 13. You can also get this on PS1, if I'm recalling, and maybe Saturn 2. I think
the Saturn 2. What is that? A prototype?
Oh, you don't got a Saturn 2? You should add a Saturn 2 to your collection.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's real good. But one of these like animated sort of Dragon's Lair kind of deals.
Huh.
You're just you're playing a little cartoon. You're making your choices. You're pressing your buttons at the right time. You're probably dying a lot. Pretty cool. Maybe not my favorite game in this genre, but I mean it also looks like a 3DO game. You ever see a game and you're like, that looks like it would be on the 3DO?
Yeah.
This is one of those. You're like,
honestly,
big 3DO energy.
The animated factor of that gives it some extra points to me. Because typically when I think of 3DO, I think of FMV games that weren't good enough to be on the Sega CD. Like a step down. Like, they didn't even hire actors. They just filmed people. And then wrote a story based on the footage they already had. You know what I mean? Like, no director was involved. But here, I mean, the animated thing kind of adds to it, I think.
You'll like my next one that I'm going to show then, too. Also, hello, Top Spot. Sorry that you only have the first disc of that game. That's a bummer.
Top Spot. Come on, that's not enough discs. My next one would be Sherlock Holmes. And, while I'm here, I'm going to take this opportunity, Steve, to show folks the how the controller for a 3DO works, because it's a little different than a lot of other systems. So, as you would expect, a lot of kids that would own the 3DO back in the day didn't have friends. That's just the way they wrote it. A lot of rich kids didn't have a lot of friends, and they knew that. So they were wise enough to know you only got to put one controller port on there, because no friends, no need for extra controllers.
True.
Genius move. But
But did they build in a failsafe?
They did. Trip Hawkins was thinking ahead, because he said, eventually these will go to a secondary market, and that's when the poors will get a hold of them. And they have friends that like to play video games, so if you do want to play with your buddy, you got to daisy chain your controllers. Now, what's interesting is the cables for the controllers are so long, because they knew rich kids have big living rooms. The distance between the TV to the couch, several hundred meters. So they made a cord that's super stupid long. This can wrap around my house twice. And if you want to play with a buddy, your buddy plugs in right there. You can daisy chain. He can sit on the couch in the other living room in your mansion. So they really were thinking ahead. So that's and if you want to see a real dusty, just kind of a grody Panasonic 3DO controller, I've got one right here you can look at with your own eyeballs. Look at that.
a terrible design because obviously kids are gonna, in a heated moment of multiplayer, they're gonna yank that controller cable right out. It's setting you up for sabotage and 13-year-olds punching each other.
Love to hear it. All right, what do you got next?
All right, next up, this was number one on my wish list for a long time. I was very happy to finally get it. A game called Strawl. You maybe saw I streamed this one. I'm not sure if you were there for this one or not, but
seems familiar,
it's basically if you played Dragon's Lair style an episode of an anime. It's just beautiful Japanese animation. It's real short. It's not too difficult, so it goes down smooth. You can knock it out in an hour.
It's a good Polykill game, yeah.
Oh, it's a Travi 2 beats for sure, right? It's 5 p.m. on a Sunday. You're sweating. You think I'm gonna pop in Strawl and get it done.
I would love
very fun game, very cool.
Yeah, Dean got so lucky. He was like, "Man, I hope I get in there for Strawl." Showed up just in time. Just in time.
That's why I appreciate you, Dean. You're the only one who's there saying, "Give me some Strawl. Give me some Strawl."
Yeah, and he just right at the right moment, man. Deej high-fiving him. You love to see the camaraderie in the chat.
Too true. Too true.
My next one. Where did my phone go? Because again, I didn't bring what I was supposed to bring. I'm gonna take this time to talk about a game that I do own, Steve. It's called "It's a Bird's Life," and it's a game by Shelley Duvall. And I don't know if you know who Shelley Duvall is. Do you know who? Do you happen to know who Shelley Duvall is?
As someone who is much younger than you, no, I know Shelley Duvall from Shelley Duvall's "It's a Bird Life" on 3DO. That is where I primarily know Shelley.
Now, if you, if I know you enjoy Halloween for the spooky games, but there is a certain horror film that came out in the 70s that has a lot of production lore and things around it called The Shining. And that features a one Jack Nicholson, and opposite him in that is Shelley Duvall. She plays
there you go.
And apparently the production of that movie for her was rough. There's a lot you can read about it. It's not great. She didn't have fun. I don't really know much of her career between that and It's a Bird's Life, but I imagine it was rough to get from there to you have your own 3DO game about birds. No, it has a good heart about it. It's about conservation. It wants you to be able to name the birds, save the birds, know where they're from. It's kind of got it's an edutainment game. But that is the next one for me on my list. And I have it in the box. I mean, I can pull the picture up. I know folks are like, let's have a look at it, bud. It's right there on the end. It's a Bird's Life. You can see it prominently featured there. I keep it close to the sun because if there's any of my 3DO games I want sun faded, it's probably that one. So I'll put that one on the end. It's got
an incredible cover. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
It's not great, but it's not the worst. Oh, she's also in Popeye. That's right. I think she's olive oil in that. Yep.
This looks like something that would have been installed on every computer in my elementary school computer lab.
Yeah, and it might have been. It really might have been.
One of the free applications I could boot up that I would instead opt to play Zoombinis instead.
Sure. All right, what's next for you?
Last one that I have. You ever get those games where you buy them a long time ago and then you don't realize, this is the highlight of my collection, apparently. It certainly wasn't when I bought it, but here we are. That's a very strange game called Lost Eden. This is... It's hard to describe. It's kind of like Myst, but it's got a little more first off, it has characters that you can talk to and a little more interaction and a little more side questing and stuff. You're trying to unite this race of unite humans with these aliens in some weird alternate world sci-fi past future. Very strange game, but very cool. Kind of like Myst, where it's at the time it was a looker for sure.
I love that cover.
Yeah. It reminds me of Another World. You got this little tiny guy standing out on this little cliffside next to this big, weird, ominous architecture and the lake back there. Very cool.
That is a good call. Huh.
Yeah. So I've only, again, as with a lot of my 3DO stuff, I only poked a little bit at this one. Kind of saved it for probably a future stream, but yeah, it's in like the mid-hundies. I mean, a lot of 3DO games at this point are, because it's such a weird system to get them in a long box. That's not that uncommon, but a neat one.
Certainly neat. I do like the look of that one. To answer it, so I did, just to catch everyone up, certainly I forgot my 3DO games to show, but the ones of mine, I don't have like a lot of impressive stuff. I think Road Rash is probably my my highlight, and it's loose disc. I don't even have a jewel case for that. So a lot of my other stuff is ports of other stuff. I mean, my most valuable game that I technically have is Doom, which I have several ports of, so not really worth showing off. And Deej, just to I always call Deej, and then he says no, just call me Derek. But it's like, it says Deej right there. It's Deej. That's how I would pronounce. But I do have blackout curtains. There's no risk of Shelly getting sun faded. She's fine. Just wanted to point that out. I do take good care of her. But she's on the end. If for some reason my blackout curtains fall, she's taking the brunt of the sun. So, all right.
I don't have blackout curtains. Maybe I should. Do you ever have worries about the lights in the room sun fading, like the bulbs inside the room? Do you use any kind of special bulb or anything to make sure that non-sunlight doesn't potentially damage your stuff?
I don't. I just use like soft lighting, like LEDs. Like I don't. I think it's fine. It's fine. I usually spend my time in the dark in there anyway, so it's fine. All right. So that was the 3DO. Everyone was. I mean, you hear the crowd right now?
Woo! Yeah.
Just loving it. They loved it. I know I did. Okay, what now? You just want to pull and grab stuff off the floor?
Yeah. What are you in the mood to show? You got dogged on that last round. I had all sorts of props for show and tell. It was improv for you. So what stack for you is the biggest and the juiciest? What do you want to hold the most things up to the camera for?
You know what I'll do, Steve?
What?
A lot of folks. They probably remember. I think it was maybe our first collection showcase. Oh, everyone went out to buy a 3DO. Oh, that's why our viewers dropped to 4. Okay, everyone was like, "Let me go get one."
Honestly, good call.
You remember our first one? Like, gosh, I don't know. It's been 4 or 5 years now since we did the first one of these. You and I were just kids.
Yeah. It was years before we met that we did our first one.
I remember being real excited about your CDI collection. And I was like, you said, because you wrote it on the list, you're like, I do have CDI stuff. And I was like, let's show that. I'm so fascinated by it. And you showed up with one game and you said, I don't even have a console to play this on. And I was like, well, my heart is infinitely broken. I really want to see the CDI. So I had to best you on this sad
that very specific axis.
Yes, of having CDI games in no console. I will have a CDI. I am hot on it right now. I'm looking for one. I'm brokering deals. I'm scouring auctions. I've got people talking to people. I will own one, but until then, I just have a big stack of games. So I got some CDI games, Steve.
Yes.
And boy, do I have a bunch.
Show them.
And I've gotten really lucky. I've gotten really lucky because, only so lucky. Again, I can't play any of the damn things. But I'm ready to go. As soon as the CDI gets in my house, we're going to be in good shape. I forgot a game that I also have on the 3DO. We got Mad Dog McCree.
Oh, that's a classic right there. I've got that one on the Wii, and I used to play that on the PC.
Nice. I've got Chaos Control. What is it? Who knows? The screenshots show a lot of stuff exploding. So that's probably
I see a Statue of Liberty with a big explosion behind it, and I'm like, all right, sign me up. Let's do this.
Right? You want it. You want it bad. You know what else you want? You want another copy of Dragon's Lair. That's what you really want. You want another version of that. You don't have enough.
Never enough. Never
have enough of them. You also, I tell you what, you don't have enough of boxing games in your collections. You don't have enough of these. I know I don't.
Who
I'm
does?
So happy to see this. Throw some gloves at some dudes. We've got We've got this. This is interesting. We got Burn Cycle.
What kind of game is that?
That is a great question. Let's read the back. The back says, the clock is ticking. Now, this guy's name is Soul Cutter. All right? S-O-L Cutter. Great name for anyone.
That is a good name.
It says Soul Cutter's plan was to slip into soft tech, do some quick electronic data thievery, and make a pile of cash. What could go wrong? Plenty. The job sours when a freak power surge leaves Cutter with the mother of all headaches. But that's not all, Steve. That's not all. Hey, somehow a computer virus has installed itself in his head. In exactly 2 hours, the Burn Cycle virus will turn Soul Cutter's brain into jelly unless you can find a way to deactivate it. Think fast, shoot faster.
Oh, man. Everything about that just got me rip-roaring.
I am both of those. Also, gotta have a horse game. You gotta have a great day at the races, and I bet it is a great day. Because I bet there's no weather effects in it. So it's always a great day and a great day at the races. We got Video Speedway. You want to see cars go fast? We got it right here. Video Speedway. You want the cousin of Dragon's Lair? I got you. I got Space Ace. I got you right here. We got a big stack. I got Seventh Guest. This game just immediately reminds me of Pam for some reason. Like, Pam would love this. Seventh Guest?
I wouldn't be surprised to learn that Pam is credited as one of the actors in Seventh Guest.
You see here. It doesn't have the list. She'll have to chime in. We've got... Now, this one is one I'm actually really excited about. Because look at this. Mutant Rampage Body Slam. Just look at that cover. Look at that. Don't you want to play that real bad, like right now?
Yeah.
And the back of it, you're going to love the art. Or you might. I don't know. I don't know you that well. But it's wild. It's wild in there. Oh, CDI game I'm most interested in is Voyeur. Do you see that from Top Spot? Is this the one you're talking about, Topper? Because, boom. Don't get caught, it says. And you don't want to get caught being a voyeur. Because that is a felony. Also, for some reason, have a blank jewel case. You can only get that on the CDI. That's for sure.
That's all.
I got some card games that I'm probably never going... Maybe it's a card game. I just read the... Oh, it's like a Magic game. I don't know. That's weird. We got Name That Tune. America's favorite musical game show. I'm actually a little excited to play it. I think it'd be fun. I got an encyclopedia. Where have they gone? Don't worry about it.
Now that's the game you want to be playing.
I got it. Don't worry about it. I got a thing about astrology. I've been dying to learn. Gonna get wise on that. I got baseball. Just old dudes with mustaches. Dennis Eckersley right there on the cover. Probably sucks. Don't worry. I've only got 2 more. I got pinball. Literally. That's just it. And then, last and certainly least, International Tennis Open in the long box. Look at me go. Look at me go with that. It is a longer box. It is a longer box. Yep. So, Steve, I know, again, you only have one paltry CDI game, but I've got several. I have so many I haven't even counted them yet. I don't even know how many I have. What was that, like 30? 50?
Certainly more than I have. My hope is that in your hunt to get a CDI, you will accidentally 3DO style get 2 CDIs because you know what DMs to work with.
I got 2 3DOs on accident. You know how it goes for me.
Yeah, get 2 CDIs, and maybe you get a big bundle of games and you already have half of them, and things just kind of work out naturally in life.
I did play. I don't know if it was on the one you're talking about, Pam, but I definitely. When we got our home computer, it came with like a pack-in Encarta encyclopedia, and it was like the only software I had for like 2 months. And yeah, I did any and everything that disc was capable of. Ugh. But yeah, that was CDI stuff. I voyeured Top Spot. He's super excited. What else? We good? We good on CDI? We spent on that?
That's good. You know what? It's always a good segment if I'm leaving feeling jealous.
Got him.
If I'm feeling a little like I don't have that much CDI.
Got him.
All right.
Finally. All right. how's your collection been going lately? You know, we've had a couple of these episodes. I know new stuff has been getting into that game room.
Oh, it's always getting into that game. Now, I will say that in the last year...
Bye, Top Spot. Thanks for hanging out, buddy.
Top, we love you, bud. Thanks for using your break on us.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, that's some kindness. I'm always adding stuff to the collection, but this has been the slowest year I've had. Now, that said, I think a slow year is still probably obnoxiously fast by most people's standards, but I pulled out a couple of new additions that we added. This is like an example, like a for instance. First one up, and both of these are pretty new in the last couple months actually. New pretty heavy hitter renovation Genesis game that I added recently. Got Arcus Odyssey. Look at that nice turquoise, almost baby blue. That's what you want to see.
I love that.
Yeah, we got a real good deal. I was on kind of like you. I was at a game store 2.5, 3 hours away from where I live, and they had. First off, it was real obnoxious to me. They had all of their Genesis games. All their games were stickered on the front. And all their Genesis games were just sitting in a stack like this in their glass case, so you couldn't see a single price on anything.
It's like, yeah, do you want to see, like, you have questions about anything? It's like, yeah, all this.
Can you take every Genesis game out so I can decide? Like, but they had this one, and I think it was one of those cases where, I mean, this is like not a super popular game store, and it must have been that this game shot up in price recently-ish compared to what they had it at. So I got it for $130, $140, something like that, like the mid 100s. But it's a much pricier game than that these days. It was actually quite the deal. Now that's still silly money to spend, but this has been on my wish list for a long time. Very cool isometric looking like action RPG. A little bit of Gauntlet energy to it.
Yeah.
I'm pumped to check that one out. So that was my big recent Genesis edition.
Yeah, that goes. So you got that about what, half off or more?
Yeah,
that's a pretty good deal.
And all in all, it's in, I mean, it's got a little wear on the manual. I don't know about you. I don't give a hoot about a little wear on the Genesis manual, right? Like a little flappy there, maybe a little crease. Whatever.
I ain't worried about that.
It ain't going to phase me.
You got it at.
Cart? Anybody ever play this cart? I mean, come on.
Seriously, because Genesis labels famously, they get the old finger fade. They get fingered a whole bunch. They start fading. So that's cool, man. Good haul. How many more of things like that do you have? Because I don't have a ton.
I only grabbed one more recent edition.
Okay, all right. Well, then in that case, I'm going to whip out. Boop. I'm going to whip out the old Sega Dreamcast keyboard.
Ooh.
Now, I remarked about to you, and I'm sure on Polykill, about how in great a shape this was. I talked to you. You and I kind of typically before I make a big purchase online, I'm like, Steve, let's weigh in. Where are we at? And you're like, you got to get that. That's hot because it came with the game. Typing of the Dead came with the game, and this box came. It's got some wear. I mean, there's like some cardboard here that got the paint came off. If I can line up cameras and fingers, it's not in perfect shape. But the insides were so well kept in this box that all the cords came tie wrapped like it had just been shipped. It still has the paper around the keyboard. It's got all of that. I mean, I was impressed for the price I got it at. I said, gosh dang, has anyone fingered this thing? Has this ever been fondled? And it's great shape, perfect shape. Didn't see anything about it that made it look like it had ever been used. Played through the Typing of the Dead, had a blast. It's a shame more games don't use the keyboard.
I know, it really is.
But it is a cool little piece. And that was a big pickup for me. I had been looking for this for so long.
Yeah.
And it felt good to finally get it just in time for Halloween so I could play Typing of the Dead and not only scare myself a little bit, but laugh. It's so funny.
And learn a little along the way, right?
Sure, yeah.
That was another one where I was jealous of you because I was fortunate enough probably in 2015 to thrift a Dreamcast keyboard. I had a real good run in the mid 2010s of thrifting, Vectrex Dreamcast keyboard, all sorts of stuff. And in that entire time, I never bought Typing of the Dead. I don't know why. I didn't buy Typing of the Dead when it was like a $50 game, and now it's much more. And I was just like, I got jealous that you came in and you got it ahead of me. But I will say, I'm always happy to provide that service to you. Anyone out there that needs this service, I am here for you. If you need someone that you can just DM to say, I'm about to make a big, expensive, fun purchase for myself. Should I do this? And you already know that I'm going to say yeah. I'm just going to push you over the edge. You're basically asking for that specifically. I'm here to do it for you. If you don't want to DM me, find a buddy, partner up, find someone out there that will help encourage you to make the big purchases that you're just barely teetering on the fence about, because it results in you getting... Imagine a world where you did not, and you don't have that keyboard. How sad you'd be right now holding up a big old box and nothing. You'd have to show the absence of a keyboard.
I know, it would be so bad. And even with those CDI games, that was a months-long saga, because that had been posted, and I was like, they dropped it by $5, and we were both like, yeah, I think it's good, just hold on, it'll drop. And eventually it got to a point where we were both like, let's buy it with my money.
You were playing it dangerous too, because they were dropping that price. Not only did you have to find the right price to jump in on, but you had to hope that they didn't jump too low, where I got a little greedy and I decided, well, now it's at my price. Let's get this before Trav does.
It was close. It was close. All right, what's the other thing you're packing?
Other one I got. So I started what I guess is a tradition at this point, but basically on Twitch I take the little bits of like sub and ad money that trickle in over the course of many months, and when it gets to their threshold for a payout, which is now it's $50, I bundle that money up, and we do a stream where we just scroll through eBay looking for what's a good game that we could buy, what's a good deal we could get on a game that we can stream, or multiple games that we can stream. And the last one of those I did, we landed on Panic on the Sega CD. Very cool, very novel Sega CD game. Kind of, I think very reasonable for how quirky and weird this game is. It's exclusive to the Sega CD. It's very odd. There's nothing else like it. It's got a weird sense of humor. It only comes out to about $100, which I think is, for this game, pretty low when you think of other stuff that is exclusive and collectible. Yeah. I think like KL Flying Squadron, which has a lot of the same elements, is 20 times that price. It really feels like there's not 20 times the like value of fun in this, but yeah, very, very cool game. Another one that I streamed all the way through. Only takes a couple hours to beat. Odd game. It's basically like a choose your own adventure where there's no logic to the choosing, and you're just arbitrarily picking choices and seeing what happens. But there is a logic to it. There's consistency to it. There's not a logic to it, so you can, with enough time or enough effort, get through. Enough monkeys on enough typewriters will eventually beat Panic on the Sega CD.
That's true. Two things about that. One, that was recently mentioned on the last episode of Polykill, which hopefully folks here are aware of, I would assume. The other thing is, can you hold that back up? I want to read that yellow sticker in the lower left. What's going on
so this is a fun one. It's win a WWF Royal Rumble, pinball machine.
What? Oh,
and that was a sticker on these. So in that regard, these games should come with this sticker to be like an official copy of this game, and it's just on the outside, so you can't recase it.
Yeah.
In this game, like I got a cracked hinge up there, but you can't just swap that out, because then you won't have the sticker unless you want to try to do some real sensitive removal and reattachment, which is just never going to work.
Interesting, man. I wish I had that Royal Rumble pinball. That'd be cool.
Same.
I don't even like pinball, but I don't know. That'd be neat. Okay, very good. Sounds like you had some cool pickups. I'm going to show. This is going to be a nice segue into our Nintendo Power section of the show, because we got a few MPs we want to show off some magazine stuff. There is, and if anyone here has listened to Tales of the Lesser Medium, they will have heard of this run of books that I am starting to put together a collection of. Some of these are sneaky rare, but I do have a current set of 5 of the. Let me switch to me real quick. 5 of the Nintendo Worlds of Power books, and I'll show these off one by one. So I have number 1, which is Blaster Master, and we did center a Tales of the Lesser Medium episode on this book, and then we sourced a lot of the other information from Blaster Master fandom wikis and that kind of thing to put together a narrative for the franchise at large. Most of these are written by or credited to author, and it's a pseudonym, FX9. Not all of them are written by FX9, but a good number of them are. I think most of the ones I have here are. So that's book number 1. Skip ahead to book number 3. I think number 2 might be a Castlevania one. That's a little hard to get. Number 2 is Ninja Gaiden, which, again, was a centerpiece in a Tales of the Lesser Medium episode, again written by FX9. Noticeably, the ninja on the cover is just got his fist out, unlike the game cover, so he looks like he's trying to fist bump you, which is awkward. Skip ahead to number 5. I've got some Wizards and Warriors. Not read this one yet. This one's new to me. Also, FX9.
Nice.
Next is, you guys got to get Seth Godin, the author. So that's FX9. That's his real name. Yeah, I would love to get him on at some point. Dean, you'd be like the only kind of person that I would know to potentially have an inroad to that, but that would be amazing. This might be familiar if you are a recent listener of Tales of Lesser Medium, because we've got the Bionic Commando book right here. This is not FX9's finest work in the Worlds of Power series, but it's still pretty entertaining. And the last one I have is one that, why does this book exist? This is Infiltrator. This is not a good NES game. I did a NES friend on this. I want to say this is a Gary Kitchen production, or no, it's not, but it feels like it because it's bad. I haven't read the book yet, though. The book has to be better than the game, but I'm curious as to what storyline they even had. But yeah, so I have 5 of them. I think there might be 12. And Dean's here; he would probably know more than me. Because in the library, 9 is right beside Nintendo. Very interesting. Very interesting. Read the chat there.
How many are in the full run? Do you know?
I think 12. I'm not sure.
I assume you're going for that full set?
I was looking around to potentially do it. I know I'm notably missing the Castlevania and the Mega Man one, because I think those might be 2 of the more pricier ones. But when you look for these, they don't show up often. They're not, how often have you searched Nintendo and these have popped up? It's not a lot.
Yeah, I've never found them on accident on
There's 10.
eBay, I don't think. And in all my time going to like game stores and stuff, I don't think I've ever seen them there. So, I'm sure you can obtain them with enough money, but they aren't everywhere, right?
Dean says there are 10, so I'm missing 5. So I know Mega Man and Castlevania are 2 I don't have. And
I don't
there's
know.
Also one for
would Dean know?
I know there's a baseball.
He probably just pulled that off the top of his head. I don't know if Dean would actually know how many there are.
He knows.
Is he credentialed in any way? I don't think so.
Absolutely. He also says that FX9 is a play on R.L. Stine, which is relevant for later. So that's my Worlds of Power, my Nintendo Worlds of Power. But speaking of Nintendo and Power, Steve, what a segue that is. Sometimes they're just baked right in. What do you have? What can you show us? What do you want to show us?
I mean,
I've got your pictures. You want me to cut to that?
Yeah, let's do that to start.
Hold on. Boom. That's your guides. We're starting with guides on your pictures.
Oh, okay.
There's some Nintendo Powers. Look at that. You've got the Link. Nicely done.
Dean knows book. Dean knows Nintendo. I don't know about that.
Who's Dean? Dean who?
Likely to me. Yeah, we got all sorts of guides and stuff in here. So my Nintendo Power is actually kind of a sad story. I did subscribe to Nintendo Power for a brief period of time, but not too long. When I was in high school, my friend donated to me a massive back catalog collection of all of his Nintendo Powers, Game Pro magazines, etc. And it would have been, from our teenage years, so it would have been, late 90s into early 2000s type of stuff, maybe mid 90s into early 2000s. So, good solid like Super Nintendo, N64 into GameCube era. And as a teenager, I decided to decorate my walls with game posters and ads from those magazines. So I ripped out every ad and every poster out of all those magazines and taped them all up on my wall and then threw the rest away like some sort of brute. And so I don't have any of my own personal old Nintendo Powers. Now,
I feel like you just told me you murdered every pet in your neighborhood.
I shaved all their fur off, and then yes, I incinerated the remains. Basically, I did get a big donation of Nintendo Powers from a friend that I used to have, so I do have a decent collection. My collection doesn't start until about actually it probably starts. Do I have one of them sitting here? Is this one of his? I don't want to dox him. Yeah, I'm not going to show you the name on here because it does have the little magazine subscription thing there, but I have most Nintendo Powers, this one up through well into the Wii era, into the Wii U era. So you can imagine what I have. But prior to those, which are kind of the ones that people think are the most interesting, I have been fortunate enough to thrift exactly 3 Nintendo Powers of a previous era that I'm quite excited about. One is I got that Nintendo Power 4. Look at that Mario RPG cover. Come on.
Yes,
that's a
sir.
beautiful thing right there. That's good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
This is one where they did not have the number on the spine. I still have the sticker on this one. Maybe one of my most hype finds thrifting is randomly at a Half Price Books. I found this. You got the old Batman Nintendo Power cover. This is January, February of 1990. Inexplicably, they had it for 25 cents.
What?
A danged quata.
This is
a danged
2018?
quarter. Yeah, this is
Because I see
recent.
the date's on that sticker.
Yep. August 2018. They had it for a
Holy
1
cow,
quarter.
man.
So that was pretty dang exciting. And finally, this one got me pumped. Because you know how I feel about this console.
I just read Chad Garvin said when he went to college, his mom tossed off his Nintendo Powers, and he had a subscription since issue 6. Chad, do you still talk to your mom? Let us know. Rough.
Oh,
Rough.
that
I bet
is
you still love her,
rough.
but I bet the quality of your Mother's Day gifts have dropped, and I don't blame him for that.
Yeah. At least you don't have to blame yourself for it, Chad. But still. This is one of my favorite thrifting finds. I'm not showing the name, but these two came at the same time, and they're from the same person. I always love seeing that they come from the same people, but I got the Virtual Boy issue of Nintendo Power, which is awesome because I love Virtual Boy.
Yeah.
Particularly cool about this one is it comes with, and these are unripped, Virtual Boy trading cards inside.
Oh,
These are
snap.
perforated, and you can rip them out, and you got... you ever wanted trading cards from Mario Clash and Tellero Boxer? You got them right in there, buddy.
I've never wanted that, but I'm glad.
So nice to see them unpunched too. I was very excited to find those. So, I'd love to have a full run of Nintendo Powers. I think at this point, early Nintendo Powers are too expensive for me to ever.
What's your earliest NP?
Well, it's got to be one of these. Let's see. We've got 75. Is this Virtual Boy one? That would be August 95. I think it would be this one, right? The Batman one, January, February of 90.
Oh, that one's pretty early. Yeah. What number's on it? It should have a number.
Doesn't have a number on the spine.
Really?
Yeah. Let's see what's on the inside.
Oh, does it have the date range though? Was it during the era of this is in August, September?
It's a January, February of 1990.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so.
Okay. Before the numbers kick
I
in.
mean, it's obviously all, this is the table of contents, right?
Yeah, love it.
Shadowgate, Willow, Double Dragon 2, so you know what kind of era you're in.
Very
Dino
cool.
Wars, Astyanax. So, did they all have number? Like, if I dig through here enough, am I going to find a number? Or for the early ones, was it just dated?
For some of the early ones, they just went by the date. So I don't remember exactly when the numbers kicked in on the spines, but for a while you're going to get the bi-monthly date until they went monthly. Then I think they started numbering. I'm sure Dean can chime in. Just an update from the chat, though. Chad says she kept his Legos, so he forgave her. And then Harold said that he actually ate most of Chad's Legos. So,
oh no,
that's rough for everyone there. All right, well,
okay, I gotta cut in and say a quick Google search says this is issue 10.
Issue 10.
So again, this is the one that I got for a quarter. Issue 10.
That's insane to me.
So this is easily my earliest issue, but those early ones, buddy, they're so rough.
They are.
That first issue these days. Whew.
Yeah, I hear you there, bud. You know, one thing I really like about the Retro Collector Suite app, it has a Nintendo Power collection tracker on it, which has been extremely helpful for me. I could have looked it up for you there and didn't do it. But, you know, my little magazine section here is going to be a little bit mushed together. I'm going to go ahead and show what I've got for. Let me see. Do I have picks? I do have some picks here. So what are you seeing here? You're going to see a number of just different books that I have. I don't have everything really organized right now. I've been moving things around. So you might see some Nintendo Powers kind of spritzed in. I know that's terrible. I know everyone in here was just like, oh, what? Put it together. I will one day. I'm sorry. I didn't get a chance to do it. But there's some Nintendo Powers there. You can see I got various other gaming paraphernalia. There's those Worlds of Power books I talked about. There's my guides. Very humble guide collection that I have. A few Nintendo Powers down there, too. Just hidden and tucked away. Anywhere I can stick a Nintendo Power, Steve, I'm going to stick it. You know?
Yeah, you might as well. Not to derail you, but did I see a Perfect Dark Zero novel in there?
You do see that, bud. That's the thing that I have. Yeah, I don't know why. I think a lot of times I'll go to a book, like an old bookstore, a thrift bookstore, and if I find a single book related to video games that's like, because they're super dirt cheap, like literally a quarter, like a Nintendo Power, I can't not walk away with that. No one else will buy that. I'll just take it. I got a little Pokemon handbook. I got all kinds of like stuff that's kind of neat. Some comics.
Heck yeah.
So that's the pictures of the stuff I have. I don't think I have any. I don't think I brought. Did I bring videos? No, I didn't. Okay. So I'm going to go through and show some stuff off. And the reason that I wanted to kind of do this is because I kind of want to promote something. I don't even know. You kind of have to. Wait your turn to get in on this, but the Video Game History Foundation, Kelsey Lewin, Frank Cifaldi, they head that up, and at some point you could opt in, you could subscribe to get each month a retro magazine from them, and it's basically their leftovers. They take the best version and all of their duplicates they'll send out to subscribers, and you're essentially donating to the Video Game History Foundation. And I think only so many people they don't have infinite numbers of magazines. Yeah. So only so many people can get it. I think Frank said about 300 people was about their limit. And Dylan, I don't think he's here right now, but Dylan happens to be also a subscriber to these. So the way that they show up, so this is a Nintendo Power that I got from them. They show up in these clear plastic sleeves. And they also have a certificate of authenticity on the back signed by Frank and Kelsey to say, hey, this is a magazine you got from the old Video Game History Foundation. They come sealed with a sticker. You can pop that out, and I love reading through these. It's super exciting to me. It's like legit having a monthly subscription to a magazine. It's one of my favorite things to get each month. That and my MeUndies, because I gotta have underpants. And I flip through these magazines, and I have such a blast. Sometimes you get them with posters. If they come with them, they're not all cannibalized by menacing children like you. Some of them do come complete. So I wanted to kind of go through and show some of the ones I get, because I get some good ones. Like, look at this thick Game Pro. This is a Game Pro from they're highlighting 85 games in here. This is a thick magazine.
That's a big boy.
This is a thick magazine. And again, I don't know when's the date on it. December of 97. Yeah, Star Wars Masters of Terrascasi in there. I mean, just fantastic. You get really cool stuff. Randomly, I got a Nintendo or a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles magazine. This is not from them. This is just something I have in my stack. We're going to change gears here for a second because it's just next in my lap. So this is just random other stuff that I have. That's cool. All right, so before there was Nintendo Power, Steve, there was the Nintendo Fan Club News. And so these came out, I think they were bi-monthly or so. And they weren't like full magazines. They were like a little bit, kind of like, I don't even know what you would say, just whatever would be less than a magazine for a publication, routine publication.
Yeah.
They this one is volume 2, so this is the second one. Now it's a bit tattered. There's nothing holding these pages together anymore. This can fold out and just become a mess if I were to drop it. But it's a bit thinner, but I mean it has all your regular stuff. It's got all of the Nintendo Power ads you would normally see in it. It's just a lighter publication. So this is from June, July of 1988. Now, I do happen to have, and I was very lucky because this was before I guess there was a collector's craze around Nintendo Powers. I actually do have the first issue of Nintendo Power.
Oh,
which
nice,
goes for a pretty hefty penny these days. I'm pretty lucky to have it. I hate to say I don't think this one has the poster in it, if they even had a poster to begin with. I don't think it would have that still. But I do have the first one there. Pretty nice. I should probably get a protective sleeve for it. I don't have one of those yet.
So cool.
And then just to show off real quickly some of the other stuff that I've gotten from the Video Game History Foundation. You get a wide array of different magazines. So you've already seen, I whipped out a Nintendo Power. I whipped out a EGM. This is just video games and computer entertainment. So sometimes you can get some computer mags. And that's always exciting when I get some of the computer ones because I wasn't into the PC stuff as a kid. So I whiffed on all that stuff and just kind of seeing like what that culture was like and like seeing magazines where like just flight sims were just a huge deal. Like they're not talking about, the latest Star Wars action game or the latest Mario. It's like, look at this train. Look how good this train looks going through a tunnel. And there's like a 3-page spread about Train Simulator. Love that. This one came with the History Foundation. I just don't have the sleeve for it on hand. I got a Tips and Tricks with The Simpsons on the cover. I used to love Tips and Tricks magazine because who doesn't love cheating their ass off in video games?
Yeah.
God, no, I did when I was a kid. I got a PlayStation magazine, looking hot.
Oh, that's some good Shinobi artwork on that. Look at that.
It's pretty good. Got there's another EGM. Driver 2 was hot.
Nice.
I got a
Banjo-Tooie revealed.
I got a Sega Visions. This was a hot Sega Visions I got.
Oh, that's good stuff.
I mean, this is a worthy investment. I just got a couple more here. I got a PC Games. This was really cool to read. I mean, this is from what was the date on this? Yeah, early 1997. Like, just seeing PC Games in that time and kind of just being like, wow, they were decent for the day. They really were. 2 more. I got placed. This is our backlog. Ghoul, Gran Turismo 4. They're being featured on the PlayStation Magazine. It's a 170-hour game. And then the one that I'm reading through now, my most recent get, I got a bookmark in it even. Electric Gaming Monthly from 1990. This is chock full of NES stuff. This is over half of this has got more NES stuff in it than I've ever seen in a Nintendo Power. It's incredible. You got two great arcade hits being featured on the back: Silkworm and Twin Cobra. What a publication, Steve.
Man, that's a lot of juicy stuff you just dropped. And out of all of that, the thing that got the most excitement from anyone was a casual mention of MeUndies. We got a MeUndies fan in chat.
I know. I just got their Christmas set, and they do look good on me. We got a little. It's kind of a sci-fi Christmas. You got aliens and candy canes. It's cool.
Oh,
they are.
There you go. They are good. And it takes the stress out of having to buy undergarments.
That's true. Derek says the demo CDs were the best part of the PC magazines. That's true. These don't come with the CDs, unfortunately, and I wouldn't really have a way to play them, but I do remember that being like a big draw for those. All right.
That's good stuff.
What else? Do you have anything else to drop that's not... Do you have any paraphernalia? I don't know why I said paraphernalia.
I mean, I can show as many or as few as you want to see in terms of guides, and then I got a couple. You know, I just grabbed these fun. I'm gonna just transition us with these two boys. I think you got something weird too. We were like, well, what else can we show?
Yeah.
And any opportunity I have to show these, I like to do it. We got some pencil cases. This is the type of weird stuff I decorate my game room with. That Banjo-Kazooie pencil case.
Oh, is that holographic?
Yeah, got a little lenticular.
Get
on it.
out of
I think
here.
I might have showed these, but I bust them out literally every chance I get because they're the coolest thing ever.
Here,
and they happen to go with something that you're going to be showing too. So we got the pencil case set.
That's cool. What do you got in those? Are you keeping anything in there?
No, these just stay empty and they display.
Ah.
And now I want to see, did kids write anything in these? I don't know.
I'll tell you, what I'm about to show, I actually store stuff in.
Nothing in these, but let's see what you got.
And what I've got's going to make for a good segue too. So I have some cool lunch boxes. This is one that now this isn't the one that I had, but this is I had this one when I was a young man. Had this very lunchbox. Super Mario.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's a great lunchbox. Exceptional. I used to put just a little PB&J in there, a little fudge round. Just a whole day of energy right there for me.
Getting Mario and Zelda in one lunchbox. Come on.
I know. I remember begging my mom for this when we were in a store, and she didn't get it, and she could see how distraught I was, and she called my dad when he was at work and said, "Look, we were at the store, and Travis saw this lunchbox, and he went ape shit over it, and he's home, and he's still sulking. Would you pick it up?" And then he brought it, and then I immediately loved my dad more than my mom at that point. Even though it was her doing, I was like, look what dad got me, and look what you wouldn't get me, you loser. So we had a nice family life.
Do you got the thermos with that one?
Let me see here. Do I actually take the thermoses out because they're a good display too. I do have it.
Oh my god, that is so cool.
It's got the deuce on one side and the deuce on the other side. Two deuces. And I'm singing Zelda 2 and Mario 2 in case people are wondering why I'm bringing up poop at a time like this.
Awesome.
Unintentional.
Love that. Scott, you had one of those pencil cases? Man, you were cooler than me. I did not. And Dean, I got the blue version. You know I got those blue versions. Come on now. Here, I'll show you the pencil case back on the TV in the background.
Hey, let me make you big. Pull that out. Let Scotch see it. Hold it up close for Scotch. He wants to see it hard.
It was on the
Take
TV.
it in, Scotch.
What one do you prefer? I'm more partial to the Banjo-Kazooie one. All right, the Banjo-Kazooie one's my fave. But god dang, that Mario Kart one's good too. There's another one too. There might be several more in this same line. I'm not sure what they were from. What game it was from though.
Yeah.
This one even's got a sticker on the back that says it's an official Nintendo licensed product, so you know it ain't
It's not bootleg. Not bootleg.
No bootleg.
No. All right, back to me. Oh, Dylan's in the house. Dylan, you showed up just in time, bud. You're going to be excited to see what this segues into. All right, we got this. This is just regular Super Mario Bros.
Yeah.
Lunchbox. This is just one I picked up thrifting. Got the thermos with that one as well.
So good. So good.
A little faded on that therm, but she still holds liquid, and that's all you need. Also, we got a real rusted latch. That had been outside of the flea market for a bit when I rescued it. And then we've got. Now I do keep some stuff in mine because why have just an empty box hanging out in your game room? You got space is limited, right? I've got this one. This is a little bit more newfangled. This is a Wii metal lunchbox. This looks like a lunchbox from the 70s. But I happen to keep all my clear plastic Game Gear cases in it, because what am I going to do with those?
Oh, there you go. There you are. Efficient.
Yep. So got that one. One more lunchbox. And apparently I keep my Game Boy cases in this one. This is Pac-Man. This is a bit older.
I think I have that same lunchbox back around the corner here.
Really? This is 1980. This is an old lunchbox, and I'm going to say decent shape for 1980. She's metal. All the metal, all the paint still on it. You got the fruit around the edges. Got the ghost on there. It's all looking good. It's a good item. And randomly, I don't have the lunchbox, but you know what I do have? I got a Goosebumps thermos.
Oh my god! Well, that's a mighty fine coincidence that you're busting out a GB or what? A GBT?
Yeah, it says. Let me see if I can get it up there real nice for everyone. It says, "Enter if you dare." We got a nice skeleton there reading a Goosebumps book, and I think it's reading "Say Cheese and Die." And it says, "Boo, dudes."
Boo!
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I love that. I love that.
So, there's a couple ways we can go. We can either segue into what I just literally telegraphed, or we can do one quick sidestep because I got one thing I want to show that's not related to anything else we've talked about.
Just go full nuclear on this transition. Show us the random thing, and then we will go full GB.
Now, my man's not here right now because he is... you have a Goosebumps sleeping bag, Derek? I will beat you up for it.
Derek, do you still use it?
Derek, please, God, let us have it. Derek, we started a new podcast about
everything
Goosebumps.
from Derek's for sale. I'm not surprised to hear that.
That's true. eBay magnate. All right, real quick. So my man's not here. I think he's actually streaming right now. Muddywater68. You can find him over on Twitch. I think he's probably streaming right now. But what a thoughtful guy this is. So he went to a convention a couple weeks back, and it was after the episode of Polykill where I talked to you about how I read the boss fight books by Rayon Ali about NBA Jam. They talked a lot about the 2010 version. I played that game. I loved it. He just so happened to be at a convention where Rayon Ali and Mike Kitzrow, the voice behind He's on Fire, was there. And my man got me a signed book by Tim Kitzrow that says, He's on Fire, of the boss fight book. And inside, it is signed again. And inside... Even Rayon Ali got in on it, the author himself, and said, to Trav from downtown, Rayon Ali. If you're going to read a boss fight book, this is one I got to point you to. This is maybe one of their better ones, and they're all really good. And also, I got a signed, I guess you call that a postcard. It's not really a postcard, just a picture, I guess, photograph. NBA Jam, the voice of NBA Jam, Tim Kitzrow, to Trav. This all came from Matt Waters. What a cool dude. What a cool gift. I didn't deserve that. I just was talking on a podcast. Ended up with all kinds of cool stuff. So very happy about that. Prominently featured in my collection. Very neat.
That is a good hookup. Man, I got to get on some of these boss fight books. I've never read one, but
they're fantastic.
There's a million of them that seem cool, right? They've covered so many of my games, right? Earthbound, Chrono Trigger. They've done Shadow of the Colossus one.
Dude, yeah, you would love them. And, you know, they're written by just a bevy of authors. One of my favorite ones, actually, is one about Color Dreams, like the religious games that came out on or Wisdom Tree, I guess, that came out on the NES by Gabe. I can't think of his last name, but that was really good. That was actually the first one I read, so... Highly recommend those. And this is actually the only physical one that I own. I've been audiobooking these, and this is just awesome. Just awesome. Matt, if you come back and watch
the Chris Kohler Final Fantasy V one a number of times, but I, for some reason, never popped. I got to get around on those. You're encouraging me, buddy. I'm encouraged.
Please, get out there. Take in that literature. Make Dean proud. Dean's here tonight. He's like, why haven't you read books? I
got to keep buying the random merchandise junk while he switches gears, all right? We got to cover both markets.
All right. Well, we got that. I know how we want to. I think I know how we want to end this. And I have. So I think we do Goosebumps first, and then I have one thing to close us out on. Unless you have anything else to whip out, gaming related.
No, I got Goosebumps and anything else people are curious about, but
all right,
we can go into Goosebumps.
All right, I'm gonna play everyone a little video here. Bear with me, please. Now, a few people have seen this in the flesh. Dylan in the chat just so happens to have been to my house recently. He has laid eyes on this. This is relevant to Dylan because Dylan and I do a new podcast called We Got Goosebumps, where we go through book by book of the original series. We're reading these books. we're going through. We're hitting the plots. We're talking about the covers. We're giving you the full cover-to-cover experience. It's a lot of fun. I think they're pretty good. The books actually hold up pretty well. This is my collection. Now, you'll notice there's some holes in here in terms of originality, like number 16, One Day at Horrorland. I don't have the original one of that yet. You can tell what's original by the numbers at the top. Also, there's like two-tone covers. They're not all in perfect shape, but I've got most everything. And I have all but 2 books in some version. I don't have the original versions, but I'm missing the one very expensive one, and the name of it's escaping me right now. Something about the basement. It's not Stay Out of the Basement. It's the other one, the other basement one. But that's the 62. You can see I have the last one there, Monster Blood 4. I have all the other iterations to a degree, and some other R.L. Stine books coming up there. A little bit of Fear Street, and just some other R.L. Stine stuff. So I've become a bit of an R.L. Stine collector. The dude is prolific. You would not believe how many books this guy has to his name. I mean, you think Goosebumps, sure, but then there's more than just that. He just has standalone novels. He's got tons of stuff. And some of those are the, give yourself Goosebumps, like the Choose Your Own Adventure versions, various Horrorland, the Most Wanted series, and even some of his new stuff that's still, you can walk into your Barnes & Noble or your Borders. You can still see brand new R.L. Stine on the shelf, and I've been picking those up too. I'm addicted. This has been a really fun kind of new collection for me because, unlike video games, Goosebumps books are friggin' affordable right now.
Yeah.
And, it seems like you can get a hold of like big lots of them at a whack. No one just has one Goosebumps book they're trying to get rid of. They have several they want out. So that's been it's been fun and easy that way. I do have some duplicates there too.
It's got to be the most convenient thing in the world. I don't know how serendipitously this happened, but I happened to pull out my Goosebumps collection, and we were just jawing after a Polykill one day, and I was like, man, I pulled out all my old Goosebumps. I ran through it, checked what ones I still need, just because I was like, "What? I don't got a full set. I got to close some holes in that." Had no idea you were doing anything Goosebumps at all.
Yeah, right.
And you were like, "You son of a bitch! I've got a stack of them right next to me. Here, let me plug some holes." He hooked me up with these 2 books. Literally in that conversation, he's like, "I'm gonna send these to you right now. I got the Goosebumps for days."
I take care of my guy.
He does. He hooks it up, dude.
Heck yeah. Now I do have some duplicates. And there might be some giveaway opportunities with We Got Goosebumps that we'll get to. If there's any takers tonight, I'm willing to just mail somebody one of these. I'm going to go through these real quick. Holler in the chat if you want one. Also, I see Chad says he likes the Fear Street more than Goosebumps. I get that. Fear Street's for an older audience, but I got to say, man, Goosebumps retaining that charm. They're still pretty good for being written for 10-year-olds. Having a lot of fun with that. None of these, let's see, only 2 of these are from the original run. Some of these are reprints. So if you want a Beast from the East, I could hook you up. If you want a Welcome to Dead House, this is the first book. This is a reprint. We got one of my favorites, Say Cheese and Die. I got an original run of that if you're hungry for it. I got an original How I Got My Shrunken Head if you're hungry for that, if you want a shrunken head. The Girl Who Cried Monster. This is a reprint. This is a third reprint of The Scarecrow Walks at Midnight. I don't like the covers of these newfangled reprints from 2010. So I've been trying to get rid of those. So if you want that, The Blob That Ate Everyone. This is not a Goosebumps book, but I do have a duplicate of his Rotten School miniseries, a version of the Big Blueberry Barf-Off. That's kind of a Cabbage Patch Kids kind of thing. Not Cabbage Patch, Garbage Pail. Revenge of the Gnomes, the Lawn Gnomes, and I know Dylan doesn't have what you don't have because I've given Dylan most of what he has. And Slappy Birthday to You. Slappy birthday to you. So, if anybody, I'll give away one tonight if somebody wants to call dibs on one. I'm happy to do that. That'd be cool. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us. Get a Goosebumps book for chilling. Okay, now, we bumped it, man. I think that was cool.
Yeah.
Please go check Chad, Garvin. I know you don't like Goosebumps as much as Fear Street, but check out that We Got Goosebumps podcast, man. You'll love it. And if you don't tell me because I'll I'll be shattered. Seriously, it'll upset me a lot. So don't say anything but nice things. I don't want to cry in front of everybody. Steve, what happened to your face?
Doing some reorgan. Don't worry about it.
Are. I thought you lost your head. Ow! God, it went away again. What are you doing?
We're good. We're good.
All right. Do you have anything else to whip out?
I have one thing I wanted to show Goosebumps early, other than those two that you gave me.
Yeah, whip it out.
I think this is so cool.
I'm about to do a back alley deal on a sleeping bag I didn't know I wanted. So
there you
take
go.
It away, bud.
So I no longer have these, but I did have them in the past. This was Goosebumps Original Pogs. This is a book that came with Goosebumps Pogs set.
That's cool.
And so they originally came in here, but then in addition to that, it's like an activities book. It's got like puzzles and word search. Like there's a crossword in the back, right? All sorts of stuff. But one, you can tell this is an original copy.
Steve.
Look at that name printed in there.
You were working on that crossword and didn't finish it.
Yeah, I left it unfinished for 30 years, but tell you what I did finish. I was looking through this. One, buddy, we crushed that word search, all right? We found every word in that word search.
Okay.
We know that it was the Horror at Camp Jellyfish was the title, but
what's going on over there? Is that a Mad Lib? What's happening on the left?
It was a fill in the blank for book titles.
Come on, that's too easy. You didn't get 4?
I don't know why I left Ghost open, but man, look how I crushed these. I was absolutely beast mode back in the day.
Dang, you did do a good job.
I was so happy to. I mean, look at how worn this thing is. This thing was well loved. I was whipping through this activity book. This is more worn than any individual Goosebumps book that I have.
That is
like I was all about this. I really wish I still had my childhood Pogs collection because it would include these. But man, that was just good to see. That's
awesome. That is awesome. All right, now let's see a show of hands. Who wants to see? I mean, I know recent news, all right? Trust me, I've been added. I know there's a prototype that exists that only one person can have, and I guess what? I'm not that person. But other than that, I do have. Who wants to see it? Show of hands. Every Gamecom game. Huh? Who's excited?
You got them all? What?
I got them all, bud. I got every one of them. You know what makes me happy? See? You know what makes me happy, Steve? I'm going to show you. You know, I rave about my collector app, and I do love it quite a bit. You know, once you marry the app, you're with it for life. I'm very happy about this app because I never noticed. I never knew what would happen when I got a complete set. I'm going to hold my phone up. You can look at Gamecom, and you'll notice a little something different about. Let me make me big. Nope, that's you. You'll notice if we can get it to. You see what I'm talking about there? I'm going to give you time to see it. You let me know.
Waiting for it to show up on my end. I'm waiting.
You let me know when you see.
I'm waiting. I'm just seeing my mug and your mug. Two mugs.
Holding it up closer. So close.
Oh, you get a little star.
You get a star. God, I'm so glad you could finally see it. I was starting to worry. You get a little star. You get a little gold star for a complete set. So let's rifle through these. All right. Now, I've shown off a number of these before. This isn't like groundbreaking. And I can confirm all of these games are atrocious. There's not a hidden gem in the bunch. Trust me, there's none. No hidden gems at all. I can comfortably say it. I know Blink and I tend to talk up games a little bit. We can't here. It's impossible. We got Quiz Whiz.
Quiz Whiz.
Was
that a pack-in?
No, it was not. Oh. Can confirm as a day one owner.
I just like to bring any opportunity for you to remind everyone that this is not a collection novelty, that you are a childhood Gamecom player and fan.
I do hate myself. So this is the only one that I have that I only just have the manual for. So that's why it's packaged weird. I have a loose set I'll go through very quickly because I know we're all just super into this. We got a Jurassic Park.
Nice.
Little JP. Oh, this is my my case is it's like a little tackle box. It just holds Gamecom cases perfectly. I got a Wheel of Fortune 1, and jot that down in your brain. I have a Wheel of Fortune 1 loose.
Note that he said the word 1.
1. I have a Wheel of Fortune 1. This is one that I think you played last year, Steve. I got Henry.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Near impossible, right? Is it like too much game or something? Something about it.
Yeah, it's too difficult. All Gamecom games are essentially unbeatable, right? They're just all impossible.
Resident Evil 2. Apparently impressive for what it is, still not good. Still not good.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you get with Gamecom. There's no fun games here, but there are some curios. There are things where you're like, that is neat to see.
Absolutely. Frogger. Solid Matter says, great stream, guys. Thank you, Solid Matter.
Yeah, I think solid.
Arcade Classics. Don't even know what the classics are on here. Honestly, barely willing to ever find out.
Derek, is your Gamecom collection complete in box? Come on now.
No, it's not even CIB. But I got a surprise at the end. I got Duke Nukem 3D. Did you say you had this? Did you play this?
Yeah, that was actually pretty novel.
It's not bad, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it plays as good as a Gamecom can be. It is achieving peak Gamecom.
Absolutely. Monopoly. Can't imagine how long it would take to finish a Monopoly game on that. Just barely.
If we're ever together, we'll link them up and we'll play a full round of Monopoly.
This was my pack-in. Lights out. This is actually my pack. This is my original copy.
It's funny because I had a actual Lights Out Tiger toy, exactly. And I had a Henry toy. So several of these games I played in physical standalone form.
They did not need to exist. The Gamecom, that's what I mean. Centipede. Sorry, these are kind of blurry. I'm not waiting for it to focus. You get the gist. Centipede. You want to connect to the internet? Well, you can try your best. It's not going to work, but here's the cart for that. Oh, that one actually did focus. Nice. It heard me talking smack. This is the web link. I think this just gets you to other Gamecoms. If you had a friend that also bit the bullet that holiday season. Scrabble. Which I bet Scrabble, it's got a little bit of sticker residue there. I bet Scrabble isn't bad. I don't even know of another game. I don't know of another video game version of Scrabble, to be honest with you. Do you?
I think that there maybe is this version of Scrabble on a Game Boy Advance multi-cart, but that's about it.
I might check out Scrabble. We got Mortal Kombat Trilogy. Dylan, if you're here, this is probably the worst version of Mortal Kombat known to man. God, I wish it would just focus just like it did that one time for that. Oh, right there, baby. Yeah, look at that. We got, this is one that we both played and finished. At least I finished because I got to fight a car. I think you stopped short of the car, so I'm going to consider myself victor.
Yeah.
Fighters Mega Mix. Make that the only Gamecom game I finished.
You know, funny enough, I had to double check this before I said it. You said it was the worst version of Mortal Kombat Trilogy, but there is an R-Zone version of Mortal Kombat Trilogy, so that might actually not be the worst version of. We have to do
a face-off now. Steve, I don't know if you're looking. I know you don't do loose, but I do have duplicates of Indy 500. Do you have an Indy?
I do have an Indy 500, okay. But thank you.
Yeah. What's interesting, though, and I meant to say this, the packing game Lights Out, it's just like any other packing game. Finding the actual box for it is hard. So it's a little bit pricier than you would expect. All right, now we have some box stuff, so I don't have to worry about it not showing up so much. There's only 22 games. I know it feels like I've already shown you 80, but trust me. I guess what's cool is I have doubles and triples. I actually have 3 Indy 500s because I have the box version. Can't get rid of those Indy 500s. They come in every lot. Even have another version of Fighters Mega Mix. Got the box for that. This is terrible. Sonic Jam. It's so zoomed in on Sonic, it's unplayable. You can't see where you're going or where you've been, and he moves way too fast for a Gamecom. Way too fast. I have an extra Wheel of Fortune, apparently. Got the box for that. Wheel of Fortune 1, I'm sorry. I have Jeopardy.
Oh, of course. That Jeopardy.
Okay. Now, after this one, it's about to get interesting. I don't know if I showed a Batman and Robin, but I got a Batman and Robin. All right, so now the last game that I picked up was I just got this in this week. So this is a freshly minted. I guess I can't say complete collection, but like an every game collection.
Yeah, a full set.
Yeah, I picked up a full set. I got the Tiger Casino. Was actually my last game. It was only the thing that was holding me back was that every copy that was sold online. So the game itself, I'm under $10, but every copy that was listed was sealed, and it was going for like $20 to $25. I was like, I just don't want to do that. I just don't want it. I want an open. I don't want to pay $25 for a seal. I just don't. I just give me a regular. So it took me a while to get one of these. So I finally picked that up. I was just holding out. But this is the crazy one. So this is another. Earlier in the show we talked about how Steve and I sometimes when there's a big purchase, it's like, buddy, I need a dad right now. Let's dad about this. Steve actually was the one that posted, gave me the link to this. I guess you set up a watch for it, and it showed up, and you kicked it over to me. So this is actually the most rare and hard to get game on the GameCom. Wheel of Fortune 2.
It's a big boy.
Revenge of the Wheel. No, that's not. It would be funny, but it's just more Wheel of Fortune. It goes for an obscene amount of money. Like all the rest of the games that I showed, I mean, they're getting a little bit pricey now because people are becoming aware of it. But under $30, you could get pretty far on a game collection. But this goes for like a rotten $250.
Just stupid money.
Random spike. But Steve finds a complete in box version, like it was an auction, I think.
I think it was an auction. It started at 99 cents, I think. The person listed in there like, I'm just going to let this ride and see what happens, that's bold, but it worked out.
I don't remember the exact walking away value, but I ended up walking away with this for much cheaper than a lot of other people have gotten it for. So that concludes the saga of the GameCom. You got them all. You got all the Pokemon.
I remember that the price was less than $100 that you paid for sure, because I remember I sent it to you. We talked about it, and then we didn't like speak of it for the week that the auction was up.
Oh yeah, and you were worried about it. You thought about getting it.
I had it up on my phone in the last 10 minutes, and I was like, it was going for a really good price at the time, and I was like, I don't want him to miss. Like, this is not going to come up again at this price. I was like, I got to bid on this for him. I know if I win this auction for anything under $150, he's happily going to PayPal me the instant I tell him.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
It's guaranteed.
Absolutely.
And I made the decision. I was like, if I don't want to bid against him either. I was like, all right, I'm just going to not do it. And then thankfully you messaged me right after, and you're like, I won the auction. And I was like, oh thank God.
Would have been nuts. We were just bidding with each other. And you know how like eBay will asterisk out the middle of the screen name, and I just see BL asterisk 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 M, and I'm like, oh son of a Steve, stop. Hold up, it's me.
Leave me alone.
But
so good.
Yeah,
First complete collection.
It feels good to have a star, buddy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now I've gone the way of you a little bit. I was like, well, maybe I can soak up a little bit of the cardboard on the side if it presents itself. Mm-hmm. Some of them, like some of the ones I'm missing, like Resident Evil 2 and Duke Nukem 3D, though the cardboard for that is because those are known commodities. People that are even just collecting those franchises are getting a hold of that, so that's getting a little harder to get. But I could probably squeak away with some of this other stuff and chip away at it. I already have the hardest one to get. You always got to think about it
I think Batman and Robin's a little hard to come by in the box, and I think Sonic Jam might be.
But I have it in the box, so I'm good on
decently.
That
so you're good on a couple of those. There's nothing left that you would get the cardboard for that you couldn't convince. Resident Evil 2 is probably the most expensive one. I don't know what it's going for. If I was going to guess without looking it up, I'd say it's probably like $80, right?
Yeah, that and Jurassic Park, I forgot, is also up there. Now, I speak poorly about all these games. I've not tried all of them, and partly is because my Gamecom screen is really faded. They're kind of hard to see. They're already hard to see anyway. They're not, you really got to turn the contrast up. But I mean, I'm already like, maybe I need to upgrade my Gamecom. But I'm like, no. Stop thinking about that. No, you've gone far enough. You don't need perfect Gamecom collection. This is what happens.
I love it.
You want a nickel and dime it to make it better, you know. So
To make
I'm
it
happy
perfect,
with the way it
yeah.
is. I don't intend to buy more, but it was cool to wrap up a collection. I don't have that prototype of the Symphony of the Night.
Yeah. What did it sell for? Like $7,000 or something?
I thought it
Something
was five.
some crazy
Seven
money.
was yeah. Like no thanks. Never gonna own that.
Rough, but cool. But
That's something.
rough. You know what? When it comes to Gamecom, like I was saying, the games are obviously not good. No one's going to convince you that these are good games. Like it's not like a Turbo Graphics game or something where it's like, whoa, this game is so fun and no one played it. But if you go in with the right attitude, which is like, I'm not looking to angry video game nerd these games, they are fascinating, and you will have fun like learning about what they are doing, even if you don't necessarily leave with fun gameplay.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, oh my god, I would
lose my mind for a Gamecom. I had to. If anyone that was there for that stream for Gamecom, I had to set up some janky capture equipment to get that thing working, and I would love to just plug in an adapter and pop them in.
Oh my god, I would love an angry video game nerd of the Gamecom. I would donate my collection for that episode. That would be so amazing. Just because I know he would do the research and I would learn so much about it that I didn't already know. I'd be like, oh, this is incredible. But yeah, so that's it. I remember, I mean, I finished Fighters Megamix. I was able to finish a fighting game, which says a lot, I think. It's not, it could be worse. I fought a car, and again, I could tell it was a car, and I fought it. Chad says, are they coming out with a Gamecom adapter for the Analog Pocket? As we were talking, I was like, wouldn't that be neat? That would be a good way to put. That's not going to happen, but it would be neat.
Oh, it's so funny that basically my only beat on a Gamecom is also Fighters Megamix. We did the same thing. We were like, the only thing I'm going to be able to jank my way through is a fighting game.
Yeah. I had to buy a special power adapter because batteries won't even work in mine. The battery connections are corroded. So if you remember, I had to go online and buy a special AC adapter just to play my Gamecom. So I have to play it near a wall, which you're not taking it anywhere. You can't see it unless you're under perfect lighting. So I'm not
It's true.
I'm not going outside to play the Gamecom. But yeah.
Well, that does it that's everything we brought to show. We can hang out, chill for a little bit. If anybody has any questions or anything from any of our collections that you're just curious and want us to quickly bust out for you.
I got a cool phone case. Check that out.
He does. Mine's not as cool. Mine,
That's just regular.
It's brown, but it used to be clear. That plastic is starting to yellow a bit. That's not good.
Poof. That is rough.
I gotta get a new phone. They got a flip phone now, Samsung flip phone. I gotta get that.
You want to go back in time on that? You want to get a flip phone?
Oh, it's so novel, yeah, dude. Take me back. Give me a Razor any day.
I think the flip phone is neat I don't ever answer the phone anymore, but back when I used to, like that motion, nothing beat that.
Nothing more satisfying. And there's no more satisfying way to hang up on someone than to slam that thing closed.
Which one holds up today? That's a good question, Chad. I think I can more easily tell you the ones that are garbage. Like Sonic is not good, and anything that moves fast is not great because it has a lot of like trailing. I don't know what you would call that, but like
ghosting.
Ghosting, yeah.
Yeah.
So anything fast looks like garbage. I would say something like a lot of the puzzle games, Scrabble, probably awesome. Yeah. Monopoly's probably pretty good, but I mean, do you want to use the game to play that stuff? That's the question.
Henry or Lights Out, the ones that are just digital versions of games of electronic games that they had made, those ones probably play the best and hold up the best. But it's also like you probably have more fun just buying and playing a Henry device itself. So what are you gonna do?
Oh, let's see. I don't want to mess with too many windows here, but if I could find a way to pull up this sleeping bag that Derek is trying to sell me, that I'll happily, I say try to sell me like he's pushing it on me, that I will happily buy. Let me see. I will try to get that to come up. How do all right, give me a second here. Opening various windows. Get into Twitter. Don't open it there. Open it over here.
Get into Twit. Get into Twit.
Let's see. Twitter. Oh man, I'm gonna have to two-factor my way into this Twitter account. I don't remember my credentials. I'm on 4 different computers right now. This is impossible. You know what? I can pull it up on my phone. We're doing it live. I got to share it with the people. All right, let me go. Option 1. I'm here. Okay. Oh, that is gorgeous. That is a gorgeous sleeping bag.
Just waiting for that to show up on stream.
Don't worry, I can hold this posture all night or another 30 seconds, whichever comes first. That is nice, dude. You got a mummy riding a skateboard with the Goosebumps G on the front fender. We got goo on the wheels.
Oh my God.
Yep.
That could not be any better. Holy. Boo, dude. Oh, man.
I want this so bad. Derek, I know it's for kids, so I'm curious, like, how long is that? How much of a man can fit in this sleeping bag? I'm loving it.
Man, hang that thing up on your wall.
Dude, that'd be great. And he also, he knows I got like a real kink for ketchup chips, and which is a thing that they only sell in Canada these days. He could ship the sleeping bag full of ketchup chips. How happy would I be?
And how mad would the FedEx guy be?
You get over it. Yeah, there you go. I do have blackout curtains, though, but you could also double up. You can make your sleeping bag your blackout curtains. Hear that? Man,
love that.
Adrian says classic. Adrian loved that sleeping bag. He wanted in it.
That's so good.
I could tell.
I do too.
Derek, I'm buying that off of you. I'm getting that.
It's gonna happen.
You know what? Since Derek is here, and we'll bring this up on the show, but we'll be doing a stream for the Cartridge Club on December 4th.
True.
You're doing that too?
Yeah, I think I'm.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
right after you.
That's right. Yeah. We're doing a stream for charity over there December 4th. I believe that's the date. That's the weekend.
It's the weekend of December 4th, and you and I and Derek if I'm not mistaken, will be streaming on. It might be the 3rd. I'm not sure what our day is. I can check my Twitter DMs.
Derek, when do we stream? Because we're going to be streaming. What are you going to stream? What do you got? What's your block?
No, we're on Saturday, which is the 3rd. You are noon to 2. I'm 2 to 4 p.m. I think that's in Central Time.
Big poly block.
Yeah, big old poly block. And then right after us is Derek and the fam doing some streams over there. So it's going to be good.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet,
I don't either, man.
We'll do some retro. Lately I've been really into Sega Genesis shoot 'em ups. So maybe we'll do a little shoot 'em up variety hour. Maybe we'll play some jank, some high quality jank.
Yeah, dude. So I'm noon on Saturday the 3rd. I don't know what I'll do. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I'll just try to get through Ghosts and Goblins.
I mean, that's kind of your new streaming shtick, is you just bang out hard games. So
that's almost like I would need to practice that for a few days before. That's one where if you don't use it, you lose it, and when you lose it, you're toast. That's a tough one. But yeah,
but if you are practiced up, you'll impress some people.
It'd be just a lot of people hearing me uncomfortably try not to cuss during a charity stream. Like, oh, poop, darn it. Dang-a-mighty.
Son of a turd.
Heck. Son of a turd. All right. Yeah, folks, show up for that. And we'll check it out. Mr. Mullet also beat Ghosts and Goblins. He's a real professional gamer. He's good at what he does.
GG Mullet. Congratulations. That's a good one. Also, before we go, now, am I correct in saying I think our next collection showcase will be our last? At least in season 1 of the collection showcases as they've existed, our next one is going to be the grand finale, the one we've been building up to this whole time.
That is correct, Steve. Now, astute watchers will note we did not ever show our 2600s. and we assumed no one cared. No one's brought it up, and no one missed it. So probably not going to show that. So our last one will be our NES games and Famicom. Show them if you got them.
Yep, NES and Famicom. It's gonna be good. We can for that one, because this is the Nest Friend YouTube channel. We'll bring a couple more than we typically do. Usually we bring like a run of a top 5. Yeah. We'll try to have a little extra in there, some stories, a wider list. Give you at least a solid hour of NES and Famicom.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm probably bringing like 20 games out.
Please do. We've built up to it. Now's not the time to hold back and be like, I don't want to show too much. Just go whole hog.
Damn it, Derek.
I mean,
Yes.
We can do the pre-show for the NES games, and I can quickly show you some 2600 carts that you already own, right? If you really want to see a Circus Atari cart with a faded label, I will hook you up.
Dude, I actually thought, and I did do this. I took a video of my 2600 games today thinking, I'll just fit it in. But I can't, the video disappeared from my phone. I don't know what happened to it. Maybe I accidentally just took a picture and then still went the whole way down the list like an idiot, like I'm a 75-year-old man. I couldn't find that video. So I was willing to show it off, but we can maybe show a video of what we got, whatever.
Yeah,
satiates
it won't
people.
take
I don't have
long,
much to say about it. Chad said he just bought a friggin' 2600 today. He's living it up. Chad Garvin's living it up. How many games that come with Chad? I'm interested to know. I actually have like a decent 100 or so 2600 games. I had my phase where I played it a bunch, but I don't really touch it much anymore. But
I always, the 2600 gets knocked. If you're looking for a specific type of experience, if you're in the mood to personal score chase, 2600 is very fun. You just have to be in that very specific. You have to be in the mood to not beat the game you're playing, which I am not often in that mood. I am usually looking to hit credits.
I mean, we have a high scores channel in the Discord that we could utilize, but I don't know how many people actually have 2600s. It'd be just like us.
And even mine is not hooked up, and I don't even know if I have the right connector to get it hooked up.
Oh, I could fire mine up tonight. But it would be cool.
He's bragging.
Yar's Revenge is a good one to log scores in. That one's fun.
It's a good one.
There's some good stuff in there. I mean, I'm not saying it's trash console. Obviously, it's
very fun. Well, not very fun. It's fun.
Dang, man. I am looking for a couple 2600 games though, Halloween. That'd be cool.
Oh, that would be a very cool one to have. Yeah, Spandy.
I do have ET though.
Nice.
And I think it's a trash heap ET. I think it was a rescue from the trash heap thing. I think it was.
Is it complete in box and everything?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I do have 2 complete in box Atari 2600 games.
First off, Top, welcome back. Second of all, I do want to get that Atari 50. It's Digital Eclipse, right? They do high quality work, and it's gotten nothing but praise. So I have a look into it. I'm actually going to see right now. I don't know. Does that have a PS5 version? Atari 50 PS5. It does got a PS5 version. Oh.
Burger Champ in the house, dude. I'm going to get that sleeping bag burger. I'm going to bring it to Farmageddon. I'm going to sleep in it. It's going to be fun. Heck yeah. I'm seeing some discounts. Heck yeah. I'm ignorant. What's an Atari 50? What's that?
So it's a recent collection of Atari games, not just 2600 games. It's basically a curated catalog celebrating the entire history of Atari's lineup. So it has 2600 stuff all the way up through Jaguar stuff on a collection. Atari 50 because I think it's 50 games. I think it has Trevor McFur.
Trevor made the cut of 50
on the disc. I'm pretty sure, but someone can correct me if that is not the case. But I'm pretty sure you can get Trevor McFur on this bad boy, which is it's an insta buy. That's an insta buy.
What's happening with that? That's crazy to me, man.
I know,
dude. That's crazy. Huh. Trevor McFur makes the top 50 Atari games. I'm uncomfortable with that being said out loud. I feel like I need to call a priest.
Yeah, and it's Digital Eclipse. You know, it's the same people that did like the Disney Afternoon collection and stuff. So it includes a whole bunch of extra materials, history, paperwork, all sorts of stuff.
Dang, dude, that's crazy. Well, now I'm kind of interested. In that. Oh, you know what? I picked up an Atari 5200 this week, and it shipped to me, and it shattered. So it's already a fragile console. If you don't know anything about the 5200, it's basically just a plastic box that shatters. Okay? And somebody sent it to me, and it shattered in the box. It's just pieces of plastic. So, like, the shell on the outside busted, and there's, like, a little case in the back that busted. I mangled it together. I'll have to glue it. But the games work. I got everything to show up on the TV. They look good. I got 5 games with it. Just your typical Atari arcade port staples. I've been wanting a 5200 for a while, but the controllers that I got are broken.
Oh no!
Neither controller works. So
aren't the 5200s pretty famous for having broken controllers though?
Had I known that famous thing you said, that would have been great. I didn't have that bit of famous information, so I got 2 broke. And one kind of worked in that when I fired the game up, everything would zip to the left of the screen. I was like, well, left works, but I never could get anything going back to the right. So I tried to take it apart, and then I think I broke it worse. But I did find a website online where a guy makes custom, like, arcade 5200 sticks with the right plugins, made to order. A little pricey, but I was like, I've already sunk money into this investment. Let's get something that works. So I'm waiting for that to show up. Hopefully that'll get me moving while I super glue parts of my 5200 shell back together.
Surprised you didn't already have one at this point. It seems like something you would own.
What, a 5200?
Yeah.
I mean, I do. As of this week. 5200 controller is a piece of work, says Top Spot. See, he knows. It doesn't look like it would be that fragile of a controller. I mean, it's a joystick on top of a phone. Typical Atari bullshit. But it just doesn't work. No, it's not hardwired in, thankfully. But it sucks. More like pieces of don't work, ain't he right?
Non-self-centering joysticks. God.
It's true. It's true. It's garbage.
Brutal.
But I do have I have a fix coming, so.
All right, good.
I was a little alarmed when I plugged it in and sparks flew out of the back of it. I don't know how many of those I have left. The next time I play it might be the last. But as long as I can control it, I'm going to consider it a win. All right. What time is it? 11 o'clock. I think that's a pretty good stopping time. I feel like we've had a night. Basically, this is when we would be wrapping up a Polykill recording, pretty much.
Yep.
It's pretty typical. This is what it's like when Steve and I hang out. Just a lot of me talking at Steve, and then Steve sometimes replying back while he looks pensively at his computer monitor, reading something more important than what I'm saying. And then we edit it, and it goes live.
Good stuff. Hey, sometimes you got to remember to add Atari 50 to your wish list before it slips away from you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Is there anything else we want to cover? So December 3rd, Steve and I are going to be going bare-chested on the Cartridge Club charity stream. That's going to be from noon to 4. You'll get a whole Polykill rock block. We got a Polykill coming out soon. We got I got a Nest Friend coming out on Wednesday. That's exciting. 3 guesses as what it is, Steve. And if you guess it right, I'll let you know. What do you got? What's your 3 best guesses?
Three guesses for Nest Friend?
Yeah, and if you guess wrong, I'll give you a hint. See if you can get it before 3 guesses.
Right. I'm gonna go with what is it? All-Star Pro Hockey.
No, that would be a great guess because I just received that in the mail from One Hunk. It is a game that, this is going to give it away. It's a game I associate with Pam.
I think of like the Shadow Gates and stuff. You done Shadow? You just did Shadowgate though.
I just did a Shadowgate.
What, Nightshade?
No. It is a hybrid genre game.
Oh, Guardian Legend?
Guardian Legend this Wednesday.
Guardian Legend.
This Wednesday. All right, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. We'll catch you soon. Nobody wanted a Goosebumps book. You lose.